Hi all, let's get straight back into these cases and functions and see if we can finish them off. So we've got the player action here, where on our mind map we have these key actions here, so attack, flee, rest, search. So what we should do is just add all of these in. Okay. Attack, flee, rest, search, what else was wrong here? Use and equip. And likewise, we need to map the functions that we'll have in our method library to these items here. So these are the functions that we're calling. Right. Equip. What else was there? Okay, that's it for now. So what we need to do is define each of these functions, but for now there is a kind of sneaky way of doing this, and what I'll do, I'll copy all of these. Save this, I suppose. Throws me to here as a reference. And we'll create a template. Simple as that. Copy it a few times. It looks a bit confusing at the moment, but we'll see how that works. So we've got to perform an attack. So we've already got that one. That's fine. Player flee, rest, search, use, equip. Okay, so let's get that one. Now we don't need to put the parentheses on the end here, because on this function we're not going to take a value. Player use, player equip. Okay. So it's a quick way just to put some template items together. Let's have a look. Get rid of these. Play rest. Right. What I'm going to do here, I'm just going to go like this. Not implemented yet. So if I come down here. Oops, my god, what's going on? And call player function, player flee, not implemented yet. So we can have that as a catch-all so that our code works while we're still coding up certain sections. So that is the basic, that's the outline functions, the template functions for each of our methods. Class. We're going to have a class that is the non-player character, and what we're doing here is asking what non-player character the user wants to pull in. So what we should do, very similar to our case here, for deciding what the action is, we should have a case, let's copy that in fact, for deciding what the mob is that will be called. So we have golem, kobold. We'll fix these in a minute, don't worry about these for now, we're just using it as a template. Wait. Dryad and rat. But now we need a way to call this class object, so we'll need to instantiate a non-player character of golem along with all its attributes. So well, let's put this down here and let's see what that was. N select, straightforward. Right, so we get the input S player foe. So it's S player foe that we want to look at the cases for. We get the input from S player foe. It's say golem, and in the event that it's golem, we want. Well, I think we need to define any variable here called say hero current enemy. Hero current enemy. And what we'll do and what we'll do in this function, just again a bit like we did here, a little test. We'll have a little test here that says message box, you killed the space and this hero current enemy, because again this will make sure that it's accessible to us. I think it will be, but it's good to test. Yeah, I think that's right. The rest of our functions are currently not implemented. Okay, so let's test it. Let's save that and test it. So we can currently do all of these things. So if we go to the index What do you want to do? So we can do any of these. Now, the program will immediately end no matter what choice. Oops, undefined player rest. Problem there. Would you like to attack? Rat. You killed the something. Attack. Okay. Okay, that's that player action coming in at the end. Let's get rid of that. So you see, you'll find sort of flow control issues like that, where something has just come up. Oh, because we can't play a rest there. Okay, so it's probably not a flow control issue then. The flow control issue is the sequence in which the program is running these commands. Now it doesn't like shero current enemy. The shero current enemy, that should be okay. Killed the rat. Yay. Okay. Something I'm noticing, these message boxes have no message titles. And what we could... Sorry, they have no titles, they have no message box titles. So what we could do... Yep, okay, I think that's right. So we'll declare it here and we should be able to reuse it. Just thinking if it's in the right place. I'll tell you why. If you leave an element of a message box blank, you need to tell VBScript that you're leaving it blank, and message box can have things like, what is it, okay, cancel, etc. So I think that might solve it. I tell you what we'll do, we have to keep typing attack. I'll show you something else as well I found out today. Type mismatch, where is it, 47. Hang on. We're doing an assignment here, aren't we? I was thinking it was a message box. Let's have a look at that again. What do you want to do? Attack. Okay, don't think that worked, did it? No, S message box title. Okay, that hasn't actually applied it. Okay, there's a good chance this needs to be somewhere else than where I've located it. Okay, I'm going to leave this one here, but you get the idea. We've now built out the each of these monsters. So here's the user saying which monster they want to fight, and then dependent on the input, will make this hero current enemy equal an object which will be the NPC class. So we'll have this class of non-player character. So we've partially partially built out these now, but it's just interesting. I'll have a look at why that doesn't work. Alright, making good progress. Let's keep going so we can actually fight some mobs.